Calling the roll for the Monday, November 3rd, 2025 Board of Control meeting. It is 11:02 a.m. We have Joseph Nani serving as an alternate for Michael Hauser.
Here.
Cynthia Mason serving as an alternate for Robert Slepper.
Here.
Mike Dever.
Here.
Catherine Gallagher serving as an alternate for Chris Ronay, County Executive.
Here.
Michael Chambers, Fiscal Officer, serving as Chairman.
Here.
Paul Porter.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Okay, thank you. Next on the agenda is the review and the approval of the minutes from October 27th. I will move to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Nani. All in favor to approve, say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Minutes are approved. Any public comment?
No public comment.
Let's go to our first item.
First item, new item for review, BC 2025-679, Department of Public Works submitting an RFP exemption, which will result in an award recommendation to ITW Food Equipment Group LLC, DBA Hobart Service, and the amount not to exceed $30,000 for cafe equipment repairs at the Juvenile Justice Center, and submitting a purchase order with said RFP exemption.
Good morning, Tom Pavich, Public Works. This first item, it's a purchase order we're looking to have approved with Hobart Service. We had an assessment done over at the cafeteria at the Juvenile Justice Center a few months ago, and this was the result. We've got several pieces of equipment that need to get repaired. We had an approved contract for a new vendor, Edwin's Group, to take over the cafeteria on the second floor at the Juvenile Justice Center. And all the equipment, we're looking to have these pieces repaired so they can be up and running as soon as possible. It's a not-to-exceed contract, or a purchase order, so it's the estimates roughly about $26,000. So just in case there's additional repairs, we have some contingency baked in there.
Okay, thank you, Tom. Are there questions from the board? Seeing no questions, I'll make the motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Mason. All in favor to approve, say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? The item is
Thank you.
approved. Thank you. Next item?
Next item, BC 2025-680, Department of Public Works submitting an amendment to a contract with the Murphy Contracting Company for the Cuyahoga County Medical Examiner's Building Elevator Modernization Project for the period April 16, 2024 through project completion, to expand the scope of services and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $206,793 effective upon signatures of all parties.
Good morning, Matt Reimer with the Department of Public Works. This is a requested amendment to a capital construction project in progress. The core work was to modernize the body elevator that supports medical examiner operations from body intake level to the autopsy level. This amendment will construct a permanent secondary path of travel in the event that the body elevator is ever down. This has been needed numerous times, and it's caused a lot of operational planning complexities, and this will correct that and provide a permanent path to the freight elevator on a different level of the building for a secondary path to the autopsy floors.
Okay, Matt, thank you. Are there questions from the board? Seeing no questions, I will make the motion to approve it. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Nani. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed? The item is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item, please.
Next item, BC 2025-681, Department of Public Works recommending awards on RQ 16123 and enter into contracts with various providers in the total amount not to exceed $300,000 for general right-of-way services for various road and bridge projects for a period of 3 years, effective upon signatures of all parties, as listed for items A and B on the printed agenda.
Good morning, Jessica French from Department of Public Works. We are requesting approval of 2 right-of-way service contracts, one with OR Colon, not to exceed $150,000, and one with MS Consultants, also not to exceed $150,000. Both will be for 3 years. These are for right-of-way services for both road and bridge contracts and various other projects that we have in Public Works. There were 3 submissions. Two were chosen based on scoring. And this is a regular contracts that we usually put out every few years.
Okay, thank you, Jessica. Are there questions from the board? Seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Porter. All in favor to approve, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The item is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item, please.
Next item, BC 2025-682, Department of Information and Technology recommending an award and enter into purchase order with M&J Technologies Direct Incorporated and the amount not to exceed $147,360 for a state contract purchase for the renewal of Zoom Enterprise Conferencing and audio licenses and support for use by various departments for the period November 20th, 2025 through November 19th, 2026.
Good morning, Brianna Witt for the Department of Information Technology. This is a purchase for our Zoom licenses. So these are workplace licenses and licenses for the conference rooms.
Okay, thank you, Brianna. Are there questions from the board? Okay, seeing no questions, I'll make the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Dever. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Item approved. Next item, please.
Next item, BC 2025-683. Let the record reflect that Meredith Turner is now present.
Okay,
Department of Information Technology recommending an award and enter into a purchase order with SHI International Corporation and the amount not to exceed $38,805.48 for a joint cooperative purchase of one server for network monitoring applications and associated sensor capacity license, hardware, maintenance, and support services for the period November 3rd, 2025 through November 2nd, 2026.
Good morning, Brianna Witt for the Department of Information Technology. This is a purchase of a Core Light server and the service that goes along with it. This is a monitoring service, lets the IT department see the computer networks and be able to protect it.
okay, thank you, Brianna. Are there questions from the board on this item? Seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve. Is there a second? Seconded by Mr. Dever. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The item is approved. Next item?
Next item, BC 2025-684, Department of Information Technology submitting an RFP exemption which will result in an award recommendation to M&J Technologies Direct Incorporated and the amount not to exceed $33,545.83 for the purchase and implementation of Calibrio call recording software with 200 user channels and support for various county agencies and submitting a purchase order with said RFP exemption.
Good morning, Brianna Witt for the Department of Information Technology. This is a purchase, a call recording software solution that lets us record lines for various departments. The current recording platform is at the end of life, and it's also preventing upgrades to our current phone system. So ending this software package and implementing the new one allows us to upgrade our software and then continuously allow us to continue upgrading our phone backend.
Okay, thank you again. Are there questions from the board on this item? Seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Dever. All in favor to approve, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Oppose? The item is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item?
Next item, BC 2025-685, Court of Common Pleas, Juvenile Court Division, submitting an amendment to a contract with Mizanin Reporting Service Incorporated for court transcription services for the period January 1st, 2022 through December 31st, 2025, to extend the time period to December 31st, 2026, to change the rates for transcription services effective January 1st, 2026, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $80,000.
Hello, I'm Marie Andel from Juvenile Court. We are requesting an amendment to provide court transcription services to extend this through 2026 while we can get an RFP together for the next year. This is for the amount of $80,000.
Thank you, Marie. Are there questions from the board on this item? Seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve. Is there a second? Seconded by Mr. Nani. All in favor to approve, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The item is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item.
Next item, BC 2025-686, Medical Examiner's Office submitting an RFP exemption, which will result in an award recommendation to Agilent Technologies Incorporated and the amount not to exceed $28,181.92 for installation and training on updates to the software and firmware on the GCMS instrument computers in the Medical Examiner's Drug Chemistry Lab for a period of 1 year, effective upon signatures of all parties, and submitting a contract with said RFP exemption.
Hugh Shannon, Medical Examiner's Office. So this is an annual maintenance software upgrades for the equipment, and they'll perform some trainings with the staff on any of the changes.
Thank you, Hugh. Are there questions from the board on this item? Seeing none, I will make the motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilwoman Turner. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed? The item is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item, please.
Next item, BC 2025-687, Department of Health and Human Services, CAGA Job and Family Services, submitting an amendment to a revenue-generating agreement via contract number 5450 with McGregor Pace to provide financial assistance for staffing services for determining income eligibility and processing of Medicaid applications for individuals seeking enrollment in McGregor Pace for the period February 1st, 2025 through December 31st, 2025, to extend the time period to December 31st, 2026, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $43,382.48, effective upon signatures of all parties.
Good morning, Marcos Cortez with Health and Human Services on behalf of Cuyahoga Jobs and Family Services. McGregor Pace will provide funding for dedicated CJFS trained worker whose assigned caseload will exclusively consist of Pace consumers enrolled or seeking enrollment in Medicaid.
Thank you, Marcos. Are there questions from the board on this item? Seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve. Is there a second? Seconded by Mr. Nani. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed? The item is approved. Next item?
Next item, BC 2025-688, Department of Health and Human Services, Division of Children and Family Services, submitting an amendment to a contract with Cuyahoga County Board of Developmental Disabilities for Medicaid home and community-based services for youth with developmental disabilities for the period January 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2025, to extend the time period to March 31st, 2027, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $200,000, effective upon signatures of all parties.
Marcos Cortez again on behalf of Children and Family Services. This contract with the Board of DD is to provide reimbursement for Medicaid home and community-based services. DD will provide care and supports to youth in DCFS custody with disabilities that are eligible for and receiving services from the board. DD will be responsible for the coordination of housing for DD youth as part of their long-term transition of care plan. We are adding additional $200,000 to cover invoices through the end of the year.
Thank you, sir. Are there questions from the board?
Yes.
Please.
What happens at,
So we are
26.
extending the contract as well because it will continue, but we needed to add this $200,000 now to make sure that we had it before the budget closes. But once this is approved, we will submit for the additional funds for the next, through March 2027.
okay, thank you.
Okay, seeing no further questions, I will make the motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilwoman Turner. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? The item is approved. Next item?
Next item, BC 2025-689, Department of Health and Human Services, Division of Children and Family Services, recommending an award on RQ 16082 and submitting a contract with Belfair Jewish Children's Bureau and the amount not to exceed $504,000 for mentoring services for youth ages 10 through 21 in permanent custody of the Division of Children and Family Services, effective upon signatures of all parties for the period October 1st, 2025 through September 30th, 2027.
Marcos Cortez again. We issued an RFP for these services on May 12th and it closed on June 13th. Belfair was the only proposal received. They have been providing these services for the last number of years. Under this contract, Belfair will provide high-quality mentoring services to youth in permanent custody of DCFS and those who have aged out of the foster care system. This is to help youth build fundamental life and interpersonal skills essential for independent adulthood living, including job attainment, educational advancement, budgeting, consumer education, credit, health, and nutrition, and parenting skills if needed.
Okay, thank you, Marcos. Are there questions from the board on this item?
Paul has a question.
I have one real quick. Marcos, I think you said there was one proposal, but we had down there were three. Were there three on this one?
I'm sorry, there may have been, but.
Okay, it's not a big deal. I
No.
mean, I think the award's still fine to move forward. I just want to make sure, because if it was only one, we can just correct it in the minutes for next week. Okay?
Yep.
Okay, good. Okay, seeing no questions, I will make the motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilwoman Turner. All in favor to approve, say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? The item is approved. Next item?
Next, item BC 2025-690, Department of Health and Human Services, Community Initiatives Division, Office of Homeless Services, requesting authority to apply for grant funds from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development and the amount of $1,500,000 for Continuum of Care planning activities in connection with the FY 2024 Continuum of Care Homeless Assistance Competition Program for the period January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2026, and submitting a grant award with said authority to apply.
This is our standard planning grant that we receive from HUD annually. We utilize these grants mostly for consulting services, including contracts with Housing Innovations. They help us navigate the HUD changes and regulations and policies and procedures related to the continuum of care. And with Enterprise Community Partners, that helps us with our permanent supportive housing program review process.
Okay, thank you, sir. Are there questions from the board? Seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve the item. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Cynthia Mason. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? The item is approved.
Thank you.
Next item.
Moving on to exemptions, first item BC 2025-691, Department of Health and Human Services recommending an alternative procurement process which will result in payments to Treasurer, State of Ohio for various invoices in the total amount not to exceed $250,000 for technical support services to county employees in connection with the tech service support policy for the period January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2026.
Good morning, Ramon Caldas, Health and Human Services. This alternate procurement request is for technology and service support policy. It covers our department's share of statewide network maintenance and security service costs provided through the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services and the State Office of Information Technology. Most of our critical systems, including child support, public assistance, and Medicaid, operate on the state's network opposed to the county's network. So participation in this policy is required. Through this policy, we could also purchase IT standard equipment from the state on a as-needed basis. This alternate procurement ensures we have a proper mechanism to reimburse the state for our portion of these mandated costs and to process invoices throughout the year.
Okay, thank you, Ramon. Are there questions from the board on this item? Seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve it. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Dever. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed? The item is approved. Next item.
Next item, BC 2025-692, Department of Health and Human Services, Cuyahoga Job and Family Services, recommending an alternative procurement process and exemption from aggregation on various purchase orders, which will result in various award recommendations to Treasurer, State of Ohio, and the total amount not to exceed $4,405,367.49 for state mandated services rendered to children in connection with the Ohio Department of Health's Complex Medical Help Program for the period January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2026, in accordance with Ohio Revised Code Section 3701.023.
Good morning, Ramon Caldas, Health and Human Services. On behalf of Cuyahoga Job and Family Services, we're requesting an alternate procurement for the Complex Medical Help Program. This is a state-mandated program through the Ohio Department of Health that provides medical care for children with serious or chronic conditions. Under this program, the state pays medical providers directly, and the county is required to reimburse the state for our portion of these costs. This alternate procurement gives us a proper mechanism to process these invoices as they come in.
Okay, thank you again. Are there any questions from the board? Seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Dever. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed? The item is approved.
Thank you.
Moving on, please.
Moving on to consent agenda items BC 2025-693 through BC 2025-696.
Board members, feel free if there's any of those, any questions on any of these items. Okay, seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve today's consent agenda items as listed. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilwoman Turner. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed? They are approved. Is there any other business?
No other business?
Any public?
Actually, I'll jump in real
Oh.
quick on the one. It was 3 proposals, and Belfair was the highest scoring vendor, so just.
We're
to
good?
make sure. Yep, we're good. Thanks.
Wonderful. Okay, great. We said no public comment?
No public
Then
comment.
I will make the motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Cynthia Mason. All in favor to adjourn, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.